Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're gonna be doing Alan's route in Cupid Parasite. After this game, we're gonna start playing Collar Times Malice, which is a bit of a darker Otome game. For Alan's route, I'm going to be using a walkthrough for some of it by Otome Kitten. You can find that link in the description below. That way I can just get the best ending and not have to worry about having to redo it or anything. And then I'll go back and get, like, the bad endings or whatever off of... I can't say stream. I'm not streaming. But off of here. So without further ado, we are going to get into it. Yep. Oh, free. Oh, I'm hitting all the wrong ones. I wonder if you leave her name. I'll experiment with this in a different walkthrough, like the last one. I wonder if you leave her name, if the characters will say it. Alternatively, I could watch someone do a walkthrough who left her name, but we're gonna change it back. Here we go. Huh? Attractive? Hearing that, I'm struck speechless, which just mortifies me a bit more. No, I am not taking that as a compliment. He just wants to share. This is not acceptable. I slam my hand down on the desk and suddenly fear that Chandler's to death. It's perfectly obvious why you haven't gotten married yet, Al. Maybe Alan?
ああ、略
He
奪パ
seems
ラサイトの
he only
他
interested
人
in
の女に
unavailable
しか
women? Unfortunately, yes. So I wanted to show him how a great one-on-one relationship can be. I'm not sure how he'll handle that. The more the merrier is his motto. Ethics don't factor into his mindset at all. Flat out saying that it's normal won't be enough. In fact, even I'm not convinced.
意外とあなた
I really care
パ
a
ラ
lot
サ
about
イ
the
ト
Paradise
5の
I've
こ
huh?
と
Saturday, 7 p.m. Good evening. We had decided to meet up at Alan's store to start our date. He was still dealing with a customer when I arrived.
ああ、いらっしゃい。
Welcome. Sorry for asking you to come all the way out to my
店
store.
ま
I'll
で
be
来てもらっ
closing
ちゃっ
up
て。
for the night soon. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just wait here till you're ready. I made my way to the corner of the store in order to stay out of everyone's way. For a pillow store, this place is actually pretty big. Pillow Luxuria is a swanky pillow store on 9th Ave. I only knew about it thanks to Alan. I'd never actually seen it for myself before. 9th Avenue is mainly a high-class residential area, so I don't usually have a reason to visit. As I was looking around the shop, I heard a woman yawn from the back. Sorry, I was trying out this pillow and I guess I just fell asleep.
当店の枕は
It's true, our pillows are well renowned for their
好評
ability
い
to
ただい
deliver
て
a
ま
good
すから
night's sleep.
本当
believe
に
it.
そうね
I can just imagine all the sweet dreams this would bring me. I believe I'll take it.
ありがとうございます
I'm very glad to hear it. Allow me to wrap it for you. Wow, it looks like he takes his job pretty seriously. From my corner of the store, I took a peek at Alan as he went about his tasks. Normally, he just talks about stealing people's girlfriends. So it was hard to imagine him with a proper job like this. But I guess if you're gonna have a store on 9th Ave, you have to take it seriously. How lovely. Your husband is a lucky man to have the love of such a
旦
wonderful
那様
woman.
も
I admit,
あなたみ
quite
たい
jealous. Oh, come now. No need to flatter me. I already brought the pillow.
本心
No,
から
no,
で
I
す
only
よ
speak from the heart.
ぜ
I
ひ
do
ま
hope you
た
grace with
当
your
店にいら
presence
して
again.
く
I'll
だ
be
さい
waiting for your next
ラ
visit.
グジュアリーピローの
Alma
アランメルビルがあなたの
Nova
快眠を守りますから
Hello, Luxuria is at your service for a
枕の
good
メン
night's
テナ
sleep
ン
and
ス
so
で
much
も
more. Huh? There was something ominous in those words, but Alan just kissed the elegant customer's hand and gave her a sly wink.
素
You're
敵
quite a
な殿
wonderful
方ね
yourself, and don't worry, I'm sure I'll be back
わ
again
かった
very soon.
どうぞごひい
Your
きに
patronage is much appreciated. I'll be here,
またのご来
waiting. That was a weird slogan. Alan escorted his last customer of the day out of the store. He then flipped the sign over to show that the store was closed.
ごめんお
Sorry
待
to
たせ
keep you waiting. No, I didn't feel like I was waiting at all. But Alan, are you always like that with your customers?
あのような態
What
度
do you mean? Like, with how intimate you are with them, most store clerks don't hold their customers' hands. They definitely don't kiss them.
焼いてくれた
You're
んだ
not jealous, are you? No, I just wanted to make sure you're not overstepping your boundaries. I grabbed his arm and glared at him angrily. He just ran his hands through his hair and gave me a weary smile.
大丈夫
Don't worry, I'm just here to help him
ちょっと枕で寝
pick
て
out
もらう
the
ぐらい
pillow.
で
It's not like I'm
法
doing
に
it
触れるよ
illegal. I hope you're right about that.
心配するな
If
ら
you're
うち
really
の
that
店に住み
worried,
込みして
you're
もらっ
welcome
て
to
もい
live
い
here
よ
and keep an eye on me.
君
Feel
が
free
来
to
るなら大
move in anytime. No thanks. I see absolutely no upside to that for me.
相変わらず
Cute
君って
as
可
ever, I
愛い
see.
ね
I've never met such a
こんな
pure-hearted
真面目
young
で純
lady.
情な
Alan snickered, then wrapped his hands around my waist and drew me closer to him.
それより
Why
君
don't you
も
lay down over there? I'll help you pick out a pillow that's just right for you. Huh? Didn't we already do that the other day?
あれはただ
Oh, that was just some random pillow I thought would be a good match. For a truly
本当は
perfect
この
fit.
店にあるいくつもの
It should
枕
come
から
from my
ピ
store.
タリと枕の中身も選べる
You
から
can even pick out your own
布や
filling.
パイ
Personally, I
プウレタ
recommend
ンとか
down
がおす
feathers,
すめかな
micro beads, or polyester pellets.
この間のやつは
The other
少し
pillow
高
was
さ
a
があ
little
っ
too
て
thick
ね
for
だっ
you.
た
I
から
wanted
さ
to meet you here so I could swap
君
it
に
out
う
with
ち
the
の
one
店
that
に来
fits
てもらって
better. Right, well, thanks, I guess. He really is serious when it comes to pillows. I gave a small nod of appreciation and he led me to a nearby bed.
さ
Now then,
靴を
take
脱いで
off
ここ
your
に
shoes
寝
and
そ
lay
べって
down. I'll help you
前
have
の枕
sweeter
よりも
dreams
もっとい
than
い
that other
夢を
pillow
見
could
させ
have
てあ
ever
げるよ
hoped to deliver. Just the way he said that made it seem way more suggestive than the words themselves. Tone of voice, man. It's just a pillow, right? Why does he have to talk like that? That's what I was thinking as I climbed onto the bed. Wow, this pillow actually feels pretty amazing too. It feels like my head is melting right into it. I never realized just how nice a pillow could feel. I was impressed before, but this high-end store really is amazing. Something like this could give me a good night's sleep for sure. This is definitely even better than my last pillow experience at home. As I was enjoying the incredible pillow, I felt a shadow pass over me. I opened my eyes and saw Alan hovering over me, with a serious look on his face. Is he just coming to adjust a pillow like he did before? So, this is how he treats all his customers. I couldn't help but think it was a bad sign. He really could get arrested for behavior like this. As I was thinking about that, Alan pressed a lock of my hair to his lips.
ダメだよ
You really should be more
そんな無
careful,
警戒
Katie,
な
laying
姿
there
で寝た
completely
ら
defenseless. Men are like wolves, you know.
男
Of course I realize that, but this is a pillow store, and you're a pillow salesman, right?
そうだけど
True, but I'm also a man, and you're a
Ora,
woman. You could
otoko
never
da.
overpower me.
君は
Just try not to
女
be
だ
so careless, or you might become a
力で預
victim. He looked at me as if he were awaiting the right response. Either way, Alan, it's got nothing to do with you. I'm still a god, after all. When push comes to shove, I'm sure I can take care of myself. I just glared at him and let out a little laugh that seemed almost sad.
俺はさ
I just worry about you.
Kimi
You're
ga
different from the other
shinpai
girls I've ever known.
あんまりに普通の女の子と違うから
Are his pupils triangles? What? Different how? Oh no, did I let some part of my Cupid nature slip somehow? I thought I'd become a human enough, but I still blurted out my question and response. I only kissed the base of my neck.
俺を前に
Like
し
how you
て
don't care that I'm
何
just
も思っ
close
て
to
な
you
さ
right
そうな
now,
と
or
こ
how
ろかな
you're fine living in a house with a bunch of guys. He gave me another audible kiss on my neck. I heard a laugh deep within his throat.
ね
I have to ask, have you ever
君
fallen
は
in
恋
love?
をしたこ
Do
と
you
が
need
な
me
い
to
の
teach you how? Alan, I don't know if you know how to teach someone how to fall in love. Well,
君には
I want you to enjoy
た
that
だの
experience
女
as a
の子と
woman.
して
So I'd be
恋を
more
楽
than
しん
happy
でほ
to.
しい
His hand brushed against my thigh. He grazed it so lightly, I jerked reflectively. which led me to smashing my head straight into his. Ow! Ow! Unlike the last time I smacked him, this one hurt me too. I glared at him while lowering my head. I hope you don't expect me to apologize for that, Alan. That was totally your fault. What's the point of even doing things like that? You're only interested in people's women, right?
まあ
Well, that's why I asked if you wanted me to show you how to fall in love. After all, today's just practice, right? How am I supposed to learn how to fall in love when I know this is how you act with everyone? No woman is going to just suddenly fall in love after you touch her thigh without warning.
あれ
Huh? You really think
そうな
so?
の
Yeah, my dude, that's not love, that's lust. This is completely different. Alan looked at me with genuine surprise. He honestly thought that was a winning strategy. His sense of decency is completely screwed up. As his advisor, I felt like it was my duty to try to adjust his sense of morals. I asked him to sit on the bed with me. Listen, Alan, when you prioritize lust over love, nothing good can come of it. Only a truly sincere love can last.
誠実な恋
Let's
だ
hear it, huh? I think
俺
it's
が
a
今
little
更
too
で
late
き
for
る気
that.
がし
But that's the only way you can have a truly happy marriage.
そうじゃない
I don't know, I
け
feel
ど
like there are plenty of people out there like me who are in perfectly happy relationships. But even if you manage to find a girlfriend, I'm sure you just start cheating on her with someone new.
ま
Well, I'm not exactly
俺
looking
が
for
恋
someone
さ
to
れて
fall
も
head
美
over
味しく
heels
ない
for
から
me. If you don't want to get married, fine. But as long as you're part of our company, I will try to get rid of this bad habit of yours. Otherwise, we'd have nonstop complaints from other members. And if he did get married, it'd just end up in divorce and a lawsuit. I know other advisors are just focused on marriage and don't think too much about the details. And because of that, even within our company, we have cases of members separating not long after marriage. I'm not okay with that. After all, I'm the god of love. Relationships and romance are my responsibility. Did you forget that this is a practice date for you, not me? If you don't make some effort to fix that things that make you the thieving parasite, we'll ban you. You hear me?
ああ分かった分かった
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. Come
俺が
on.
悪
Cheer
か
up,
ったよ
okay? For me,
だか
do you really understand what I'm saying?
らもちろ
Of
んさ
course I do. Anyway, let's
Hold on.
get back to choosing
そ
your
れより
pillow.
も
I'd
枕を
like to
決め
try
て
one that's not quite so thick. Alan kissed me again, this time lightly on the cheek. He really doesn't understand anything. He wandered off to find another pillow. While he was searching, I wrote down some Alan specific ideas for our next workshop. Oh. In the end, it took over an hour to put together my own personalized pillow.
これでようやく
This pillow is the
君
absolute
に
perfect
ぴっ
thickness
たり
and
の素
material
材
for
と
you.
高
Consider
さ
it a
の
gift.
枕
I'd
が
love
で
for
き
you
た
to
ね
try it out tonight. Alan winked at me and started wrapping it up for me. I hadn't realized until this moment, but wait, a gift?
そうだけど
Yes, don't you like it? No, that's not it. It's so soft and comfy. I love it. But aren't your pillows really expensive?
まあそうだ
They
けど
are, but it's important to me that you're able
君が
to
ゆっ
get
くり
good
眠れ
sleep.
る
But you don't need to give me anything, especially not something so expensive. I took out my wallet and started to run to the register, but he put his hand up to stop me.
いいんだよ
It's fine, really. I want to
俺が
give this to you. Somehow Alan looked at me in a way he had never before. He was looking at me, but in a way he wasn't. He was almost looking through me, like he was searching for someone else. He brushed his hand against my cheek, but this time it didn't feel gross at all. It was so gentle and sweet, I couldn't help but take his hand.
ね
Listen, Kitty. Yes? The atmosphere was tense. It wasn't excitement, exactly, but my heart was beating faster. I just laid there, waiting to hear what he had to say. He just smiled at me, and
俺
then
たち
we've met somewhere before,
前に会ったことあるよ
haven't we?
ね
Huh? That phrase sounded oddly familiar. I was pretty sure it was a line from one of the movies Aunt Minerva had shown me. Is this what Alan's like when he's actually hitting on a girl? I'd never fallen for his serious demeanor. I'd nearly fallen for his serious demeanor, but in the end, I was a fool for thinking he'd change so quickly. Seriously, you're trying to use a pickup line from some old movie on me? Nobody would fall for that in this day and age. Things were suddenly awkward and I tried to laugh it off. But for some reason, Alan just revealed a sad smile. I see.
そ
I guess I should have expected that. I wonder if they
そ
met
うだよね
when she was a younger Cupid. Huh? For some reason, his mournful gaze made my heart ache. Could it be we really had met before? But I seriously doubt I would forget meeting someone who clearly leaves such a strong impression. Besides, I've only been in the human realm for 6 years. I felt like I remember pretty much anyone I'd met. I must have looked pretty confused because he suddenly reached out to me.
なんて
Anyway, if we keep
こ
laying
こでの
around
んびり
here,
し
we
ていた
won't
ら
have time for our
デー
actual
トし
date.
す
Shall
ぎ
we
るちゃ
get
うな
going?
枕は荷物に
The
なる
pillow is
し
a little bulky
こ
to
こを置い
carry
ていこ
around, so let's leave
う
it
帰
here
り
for
にま
now.
た
We
う
can
ち
come
の
back
店
and
寄
get
っ
it
てもらって
afterwards. Sure, I guess that's okay. I still wasn't totally certain on what had just happened, so I just nodded in agreement. Did Alan not notice the look on my face, or was he just pretending? I thought about that as he gathered his things to leave. From there, it was just walk. We just walked around in the night air and had a fairly casual conversation. Wait, so you don't actually own that store?
そ
Technically,
と言
no,
って
but the
も
actual owner
い
is
つも
never
旅
there.
行に
He's
行って
always
て
out traveling
全
here
然
and
み
there. Wow, I totally thought that was your own place.
まあ実質
Well,
的
that's
には
not
似
too
た
far
よう
from
な
the
もんか
truth.
な
Like I said, the
他に従
owner's
業員
never
もいな
around,
い
and
し
there are
オ
no
ーナー
other
は彼
employees. Things were feeling much more relaxed with Ellen than I was expecting. I figured he'd be aggressive the entire time, but I guess he's capable of carrying on a normal conversation after all. If he could just be this way all the time, I'm sure he could find a nice girlfriend. Oh, look, they have some rental bikes. Oh, you're right. These things are so convenient. You don't have to maintain them or anything.
そうそう
That's true. That's
だ
exactly
か
why
ら俺シェア好きなんだ
I
よ
like things that are shared. Huh? Shared, whatever. Alan uses that word. It sounds so. Whenever Alan uses that word, it sounds so ominous.
俺もよくシェアサイクル
I
使うんだけ
use
ど
these bikes
気
a
に入っ
lot.
たバイクは
Did you
このア
know
プリで
there's
検
an
索でき
app
るん
that
だ
will
よ
let you search for the exact
Shit,
one you
that?
want? Wow, really? I had no idea. That sounds really useful.
このアプリ
I wish it was an
女
app
の
like
子にも
this
使え
for
たらいいの
girls.
にね
That way I could tell right
そしたら
away if she
今
belonged to
君
someone
が
else. How
誰のも
exciting. Your imagination is so weird. I made no effort to hide how creeped out I was, but he just smiled right back at me.
でもシ
But
ェア
you
サ
don't
イ
mind
クルはい
sharing
い
a
んで
bike,
しょ
right? Wouldn't it be even
お
better
気
to
に
know
入りのバ
exactly
イク
where
が
to
どこに
find
あ
your
るか分
favorite
かる
one?
と
It's different when you're talking about a bike.
それが人
Is
間
it?
の女
Why
の子
can't you
相手に
apply
な
the
った
same
途
idea
端
to a
に NG
partner?
なのが
That makes no
Yeah.
sense to me. Seriously, how does someone end up like this? What does someone have to go through to develop such a strange fetish? If it's from some kind of serious trauma, that's not something I can fix. That calls for a trained psychiatrist. I'm really not sure how involved I should get. I'm just a bridal advisor. My job is to take whatever information I can get and introduce compatible partners. And we got the Cupid system to help with that too, so things usually go pretty well. Actually, I did say I thought humans could handle things for themselves, but now here we are relying on machines. In a way, doing everything I can for the Parasite 5 is a true test for my godly skills. Oh, this place has bubble tea. You want some? I looked up when Alan called out to me. I noticed a small food truck selling bubble tea. Wow, that does look good. But isn't it kind of filling? We want to leave room for dinner, right?
夕飯
Huh? Is it dinner
あれ
time? Yeah, it's already 8 o'clock. Do you not usually eat dinner or something?
うん
Yeah, I
お
don't
腹も減ら
really
ないし
get
ね
that hungry normally. I like bubble
Bubble tea
tea,
は
so
好
I
きだ
just
から
get it
た
whenever
ま
I'm
に
in
飲む
the
けど
mood. I see. Well, we're supposed to be on a date, so let's just get a proper dinner.
OK
Okay, gotcha.
Ja, bubble
Then
tea
I'll
pakkukuri.
get us 2 large bubble teas. Alan, bubble tea is not dinner! Alan tried heading to the food truck, so quickly grabbed him by the shirt. Where are you going? You're still gonna buy bubble tea after what I just said?
え
Huh? Did I
あれ
do
変
something
だ
wrong? We're supposed to be practicing a real date, right?
うん
Yeah, that's
だ
why I
から
was
夕
gonna
飯
buy
に
us
バブ
bubble
ルティ
tea
ー
for
を
dinner. No, that's unacceptable. I mean, it's probably acceptable for some people, but it's definitely not normal.
え
What? But there
で
are plenty of
も
girls
夕
who
飯
don't
食べ
like
ない
eating
女の子っ
dinner,
て
right?
結構いいな
Well, I'm sure there are some. If you're both on the same wavelength for food preferences and habits, it's fine. But if you ask a girl to go to dinner with you and you show up with a cup of bubble teas, you're gonna get complaints for
そ
sure.
っ
I
か
see. So hunger is that important to
人
humans,
間は
huh?
お腹が減
Why do you talk like you're not human? That's not something you can just go around saying, okay?
ごめんご
Okay,
めん
okay. Sorry.
あーでも
Look,
見
the
て
food cart has hot
あそ
dogs.
こ
Is
の
that
ワゴン
acceptable? Well, it's pretty nice out tonight, so. But other girls might have a different outlook, so you need to pay attention to their reactions when you suggest things.
OK?
Right, and you said,
ひ
anyway,
とまず買っ
I'll go
てく
get a
るよ。
couple hot dogs and we can
それ
have
で
dinner in the park. We ended up getting bubble tea to go with our hot dogs, and then headed to Lost New York Park. Alright, let's eat. We sat down on a bench together and got to work on our hot dogs. I have to admit, this is really pretty
こ
good.
のバブルティーもす
Yeah,
ご
bubble
く美
tea
味
is
しい。
wonderful, isn't it? I just
色
love
タ
those
ピオカ
chewy
が
little
もちもち
pearls.
して
I
て
haven't
最
had any
高。
in a while, so this is nice. You really love bubble tea that much? I should draw Alan in bubble tea. I wouldn't have expected that.
そう
Oh, really? Well, just because you seem so mature, I wouldn't peg you as someone that eats a lot of sweet stuff.
甘いもの
Sweet.
これは酸
No,
っぱい
this is
だろ
sour. Either way, it's not
Ma,
like I have
sumismo,
it every day or
ammari-
anything. Bubble tea is sour?
このバブルティーだって
Maybe his taste buds
サ
are
イクリング
different.
中たまたま見
I
か
was
けて
out
飲んで
cycling
みた
one
ら
day and
ハ
I
マっ
just
たっ
happened
て
to
だ
notice
け
a
だし
park selling it. I basically got into it by chance.
一時期すごい
At
気
first,
に
I
入って
actually was
毎
drinking
日
it
飲んで
every
たんだ
day,
けど
but I
意
didn't
外
want
と
to
これ
start
太る
putting
か
on weight, so I cut back to
最近は
once a month. With a big smile on his face, Alan took another drink of bubble tea. There were some odd word choices in that conversation, but overall, this does have the feel of an actual date. Eating in a normal restaurant is definitely nice, but there's something refreshing about having dinner on a park bench. If he could get rid of his weird fetish, I'm sure he could get married right away. I took a bite of my hot dog and glanced over at him. He had some breadcrumbs stuck to his lips and stuck out his tongue to wipe them away. His lips were glistening with saliva, which I suddenly realized was quite sexy. I quickly turned away. I still can't figure out why Alan actually decided to join Cupid Corp. He's clearly satisfied with his one-night stands, and he has no desire to get married. Does he maybe have some other reason for joining? But if so, what could it be? I rested another peek at him. He was looking down at his hot dog, which I found to be equally sexy. Okay, Cupid, what's going on with you? I seriously couldn't figure out this guy out. All I could do for now was finish my hot dog. Eventually, we continued our date and enjoyed an evening in the park. Around 10 p.m., we returned to Alan's store.
はい
Well then,
Ja,
here's your
改め
pillow. Oh, thank you. The pillow had been lovingly wrapped and placed in an elegant paper bag, and Alan handed me my gift. So that's it for our date. Shall we return to Paradise House?
まあそれ
Oh,
なんだけ
absolutely.
ど
About that. Actually, I live here
Jitsu
above the
sa.
store. Would you like to see? Girls say no. I'm
Parasite
sorry.
house
I
da
feel
to
like we can't relax in
yukkuri
Parasite
dekinai
House.
desho?
Why don't we
Dakara
spend
sa.
time alone here instead? What? He took my arm and whispered those words to me seductively. I immediately smacked his hand away. This is exactly why you're not married yet. Besides, I'm not your type, remember?
別に
It's not a law
必ず
that I
しも
can
好
only
みの
sleep
こ
with
とだ
girls
け寝
that
る
are
わ
my
けじゃない
type.
よ
Well, regardless, I suggest you stick to your type and try to find love. I'm going home. I took my pillow and stormed out the door. He's such a remorseless player. He seriously tried to get me into bed on our first date. Our first practice date. That shouldn't surprise me. How many times I tell him, he refuses to understand. I carried my irritation all the way back to the subway station.
ダメだな
I
俺
guess
は
I'm just terrible at this. I want her to
あの子
experience the
に
ecstasy of love,
素敵
but I
な
just
恋
can't
を
seem
し
to
て
get
も
it
らいたい
right. Wait, is he actually trying to help her fall in love?
この体に染
I'm
みついた
completely
癖
incapable
の
of getting rid of these bad habits of mine, and I hate myself for
こ
it.
んな自分が
Wait, does Alan want to change? For me. Alan, the angel with the demon face. Okay, we're going to stop here for this section because we got through Alan's date, which is what I wanted to do. Thank you all so much for joining in. In the next episode, we'll get into Alan's route, which is the angel with the demon face. As always, remember to eat some food, get some sleep, and drink some water because you are important, and so is your health. See you in the next episode. Bye bye!